The last activity in this module deals with finding credible sources. Up until now, I have asked you to read and report on media reports, and if you remember, these are also known as secondary sources of research. In other words, these are someone writing about research conducted by someone else. You are dependent on the individual writing the report to accurately report the findings of the research. As such, it's important that you consider the credibility of each and every secondary source you encounter. Now let's think about the kinds of sources that are used by psychologists. Following the scientific method, you will find that psychologists rely upon empirical reports published in peer-reviewed journals. We'll look more carefully at the format of empirical articles in the next module, but for this activity, we're going to learn how to find those empirical articles. I've already talked about the importance of determining the credibility of secondary reports of research, and I want you to realize that we have a shortcut for finding credible sources of primary research, and that is to select articles that are from a peer-reviewed journal. Again, we will talk about this more in the next module, but I want you to realize that if you learn how to find sources from peer-reviewed journals, then you can obtain primary sources, empirical articles that are credible. We will be finding articles from two different types of databases, from LCCC library databases and from Google Scholar. Let's start with the LCCC library databases. You can access the library and the section for journal articles through the LCCC portal. But I've discovered that most students use the main LCCC website, and so I will walk you through accessing these databases in that way. From the lccc.edu website, click on Library. You are redirected to the library page, and there you want to click on Articles and More, the first link on the left side of the page. Once you reach the Articles and More page, scroll down to the databases, and for this activity, start by selecting Psych Articles. Click on the symbol to the right of the title, Psych Articles. On the next page, you will need to enter your LCCC student number. This is your L number, and be aware that you need to include the L. Then click Submit. Once you enter the Psych Articles database page, I want you to add a second database. To do that, click on the Choose Database link above the search box. A pop-up box will list all of the other databases available to you. For these activity, please click on Psychology and Behavioral Sciences Collection and then click OK. When you return to the general search page, you will find a new link, Show All, behind the Psych Articles link. If you click on this link, you will see that you have selected the second database. Click on Advanced Search under the search box. This then is where you can start the worksheet by entering the search terms in the search boxes, and when complete, clicking on Submit. In addition, you will sometimes be asked to specify the search term, and in those cases, you would click on the drop-down box to the right of the search term and then select the appropriate category. For example, subject, journal, author. Once you have submitted a search, you will also see on the left side of the search results page a list of filters that you can use to expand and or to limit your search. In particular, notice that you can select full text only. This indicates that you only want results that are full text in the available databases. The second option is scholarly, peer-reviewed journals. This is how you can ensure that your results are from peer-reviewed sources only. All articles that appear in this or any other database through the library are not automatically from a peer-reviewed journal. So if you are specifically looking for empirical articles that are from this credible source, then you should click on this option. Finally, you will notice that there is a slider that allows you to limit the year of publication. In some cases, you may only want publications are from the last 5 or 10 years, and you could indicate this here. Both psych articles and psychology and behavioral science collection are through EBSCO, and those are the databases you will use to complete the EBSCO section of your worksheet. You can also use Google Scholar. Google Scholar is the search engine from Google that searches through academic literature. This includes more than peer-reviewed journals, but it's a good search engine to use when you need more than the databases available through the library. It is important when you use Google Scholar that you do determine the credibility of the article. Enter scholar.google.com, and I suggest that you unclick Include Patents on the main search page. To the right of the search word box, you will see an arrow for a drop-down box. The drop-down box in Google Scholar gives you more options. This allows you to expand or limit your search terms, as well as to search for particular authors, particular sources by journal name, for example, and within specific dates. Now you should be able to complete the Finding Sources worksheet. This is the last of the 3 activities in this module. Again, I have also provided you with the general rubric that I will use for this assignment.